Yo, JD here, Tyrolinus, and as you can see, we are at AOR China, round 3 of AOR Season 13. You're probably wondering where Bahrain is. That is in the works at the moment, but that race was so bad that, being honest, I just really haven't felt like properly uploading or commentating over it. But this lap, done a soft lap on the soft tyres and did a 34.8, which is pretty poor. I think the best I've done on a soft runs probably I think a 4 or something like that, so not a good lap there. So we're kind of forced to go out in the super softs because it's what most people have done, and I have to say the pace was really good around here. Did a 33.8 earlier and getting 34.0s and 33.9s quite consistently on the super soft tyre. So this lap is all or nothing really at the moment because we're currently in 10th place because our first lap we corner cut, second one the soft run, and now this is going to be our actual qualifying lap. And this lap was really good until the last corner, which you'll be able to see. And yeah, looking forward to this one because last year felt like I pretty much gave away the win, was winning the race by 5 or 6 seconds in the wet, and instead of going on the intermediates because I just didn't really listen to my engineer, or I had him turned off actually, or he didn't even speak to me. I didn't have him turned off, he just didn't speak to me. And I didn't look at the weather report or anything. I actually decided to stay on wets last season because the track looked the same to me, but apparently it was intermediate, so I went on the wrong tyre and had to make another pit stop. So that was pretty hurtful. So I was really trying to look to do some justice around here. Was even confident of actually winning the race around here. That's how good the pace actually was. So you can see this lap is fairly good so far. A couple of little mistakes in that middle sector, but for the rest of the lap, pretty solid so far. I was thinking this could possibly be a 33, but we turn in too early, and yeah, that's great. So we're turning too early, and that's a 34.0, and I can tell you that would have got us third on the grid. I think, yes, that would have got us third on the grid ahead of Killer Whale. So that was pretty annoying, but we are 13th, and the good thing I can say at least, the soft strategy, so going soft, medium soft, was definitely the faster one. You just got to get through the field as good as possible in the first few laps. That's absolutely crucial. So my mindset now was really just all or nothing pretty much. Just don't be cautious, be super aggressive, back to how I used to race in 2013-14. Don't really care about the contact manual. You just got to go absolutely go for it. And that was my mindset going. So I've got 5 lights. And away we go now. So getting quite a good start, staying in standard mix, using 86 wings for this race. Something I felt worked really well. So we're just going to be super aggressive. So trying to avoid cars, obviously still trying to be clean as well, but really trying to make up as many positions as possible. So I was trying to keep the car on the right hand side. I was just trying not to hit him because obviously the contact model, the slightest tap can ruin his race. So we've got a car on our left as well. So really trying to not stare into him. As you can see the arrow now, sometimes that disappears. So we've made up into 10th place. So there's 3 positions. Thinking about going down the inside of our teammate, but I think that's a little bit too far back. And it's really important now because our teammate Jason, who obviously is a very quick driver, we've got to make sure we're ahead of him on track because we want to decide the pit strategy if he's behind us. So we're going to go down the inside of him, trying not to hit him there. So we're going to leave him room on the inside on the left. So we're going to go out wide, leave some room. And that's us up into 9th place. That's 4 positions here. And this is a fantastic start. This is exactly what we needed. Go down the inside of Raikkonen, almost down the inside of Stu as well. I don't think Raikkonen actually knows we're there because with the proximity arrows, as you can see on my right, sometimes you're alongside, you can't even see. So we're being squeezed to the edge of the track, but we just somehow managed to get into 8th place. So that is 5 positions in the space of a 3/4 of a lap. So that couldn't have gone any better. And at the moment, we're in a really good position. But first, we've got to defend from our teammate Jason. Going into the penultimate corner, trying to spot the braking point nicely, a little bit on the curb too much there, but we managed to somehow keep the position. And right now, we're in a really strong place because the guys ahead of us, the super soft tyre is obviously a very quick tyre over 1 lap, but in 2 or 3 laps, it really does lose all its pace. So these guys, they're going to do a 2-stop as well, but they're going to have to pit so much earlier than us. And Stu is a little bit of a mistake, so a little bit of I don't know what was going on there, but we almost hit Stu. And we've lost the position to a teammate just because of that. And again, we've really got to stick. We've really got to stay in front of him. So my mindset is really just to not stay behind him and just try and get track position just so we can decide when we pit, because if we both go into the pits at the same time, that's just something we really does. So go around the outside, getting on the traction nice and early up into rich mix, and Jason concedes the position there. And yeah, the guys in front of us on the super soft tyres, by lap 3 their tyres are going to be absolutely gone. As you can see already, their tyres are gone, and we're on fresh tyres because we start outside the top 10. That's the advantage actually, we actually start on some fresher tyres as well. So right now, I was thinking that a podium, I'm not even going to say it, I think even the win could even be possible here, because if we go to lap 8, we've got the fresh tyres, we could go end of lap 8 and we could do a soft and a medium, and the soft is so much faster than the medium, and we'll have way fresher tyres at the end of the race as well. So if we can keep this up, and with the practice pace I've shown I do in this week, I feel definitely a podium at the very least should be quite achievable from this distance, because the guys ahead of us, they're not actually that far ahead, and you can see how much more grip we're getting at the moment. So we're behind AOR Reverse on the Red Bull, which is his team out of Tiro Martins. Cupid is leading the race, and you can see the times they're doing 37.3, but we had that little incident in the first corner. We're doing 38.5, so we should comfortably be doing the 37. So we're thinking about going down the inside, but thinking better off it at the moment, because obviously the contact model, just being quite cautious. But we're going to try and make a move at the end of this sector 1, so trying to get a really good launch off here, which we managed to do, get some really good traction up into rich mix, slipstream. I was guessing he was going to defend, so we're going to do the same move as we did in Jason's, of braking super late on the outside, make a little bit of contact with the wheel, but nice clean move, and we're along side by side. Hopefully he concedes the position, which AOR Reversal actually does. So that's us into 6th place, and yeah, right now things are looking very good, and I think TSR Cupid has got a little bit of a lead, but the 2nd and 3rd position at the end of this race, I was pretty confident with the much fresher tyres we're going to have as well. It should be easily achievable. As you can see, quite a lot of the guys are pitted now, so one of the guys pitted, so we're in 5th place, lap 4, and all these guys ahead of us are going to be pitting this lap, and you can see a little bit of battle for the lead as well. So this is working into our favour really nicely, and now we've got to get past these 2 cars as quick as possible just to really make the strategy work, as Surprise Maya has actually left the session, so that is helping us even more. And now we've got Killer Whale, who's a new guy in the league, ahead of us, and you can see, I think that is Martin and Finn, and their tyres, you can see they're not even that far ahead of us. And the great thing about on the strategy as well, where they're going to be pitting for mediums this lap, because they'll have to do 2 mediums to the end, our soft tyres still got pace, it's still going to be able to do the same pace, so they're not really going to gain any kind of undercut on us at all at the moment. So right now we're not going to gain an undercut, and we're going to have about 3 to 4 lap fresher tyres, and just a pure fresher tyre, which I was probably thinking at this point that I was going to run the medium tyre for the middle stint, and then if I was close enough, or if I felt, you know, I had enough tyre life, I was going to run the soft at the end. But I could do a medium if I wanted to, but we got past Killer Whale. As you can see, the traction, that's what I mean, that the tyres they're having, their tyres are gone at the moment, because they've done qualifying and those lap tyres. You know, they're not going to have anything left for this race. So we're going to go down the inside, or trying to defend the position as we go a little bit in deep, which is something we just really don't want to do. As Jason has got ahead of us again, so he got a double slipstream effect there down the straight, and we made a little bit of contact with him, so luckily we didn't get any damage as well. But again, this is really important now, because we really do need to stay ahead of him. We must stay ahead of him, because I was ideally pitting it in a lap 7 or a lap 8. I wasn't too sure, because most of the stuff I did was qualifying practice for this race. But we really got to make sure that we are ahead of him now. And now we're not net lead, but we are leading the race at the moment, which is something we haven't done for a while. So now we're coming towards the end of lap 7. So this is really the golden lap, the lap that we are looking to be pitting. So I've told my race engineer that I'll be coming in this lap. As you can see, Jason's right behind us, with Cyril Hamilton, I think, is behind him as well. So we've really got a good exit up here, because this straight is this close, as we've gone a little bit deep, so that's just not the ideal line, and turning a little bit too early as well. And let's see if we can get good exit of this, which we kind of do. We're sliding a little bit, but he's right behind us, so we have... This is just not what I wanted, because I really wanted to pit, and me and Jason aren't in the party or anything, or discuss strategy or anything like that at all, which is something we probably should start doing. So we're just going to go right down the inside, so bang it down the inside. on the curb quite a bit. We get a warning for that as well. And he's ahead of us, so he could go into pits, but it looks like he's actually backing off, which is really, really nice of him, because I didn't really expect him to do that. And we've gone into the pits. So that was really lucky that he didn't go into the pit, because I was really hoping that he wasn't going to. And now we're going to pit for medium tyres. I was thinking about doing soft again, but I want to save that to the end of the race, where their tyres are going to be really warm, and the soft tyre is just going to be so much faster than theirs. And we could even run another medium towards the end of the race if we really wanted to, but now we're going to have at least 4 lap fresher tyres. So you can see Martin's come past us now, and Flying Finn. And you can see he's gained a little bit over those 4 laps, but not really that much at all. And now Flying Finn's in the net third place with Martin second. I think the win is a little bit too far at this point, but I think second and third is definitely quite easily possible, and the pace we're showing at the moment is looking really, really good. So you can see on this lap itself, we've actually closed up on a Flying Finn as well. And right now I was actually thinking, which you'll be able to see in a minute, right now I was thinking, you know, second place is in the bag here. Really, you know, as long as we keep driving at this, we're going to definitely get at least a second place in this. And also as well, to catch up with the Flying Finn, I haven't actually really had a chance to battle with him this season, so that's what I was thinking of. I was kind of looking forward to catching him and actually having a battle with him. But you'll be able to see now, that's something you really shouldn't do, because when you do this, you lose concentration. And yeah, that's just happened about 30 minutes ago, 40 minutes ago. And yeah, that is what happens when you just lose concentration, thinking about other things. Because right then, at that point, I was thinking about battling with Finn and getting the second place. And, you know, your race can change, you know, in the course of 2 seconds. So that is my advice to you. Always focus on what you're doing wherever other people. And yeah, really, really annoying, because I felt I had the pace to possibly even win, or second or third at the very least. But yeah, that is my race. But hopefully you enjoyed those first few laps of me being quite aggressive. Thank you for the support, and I will catch you next time. Cheers.